week?
Uh,
You
that
said that you
that
said that you're working in track. Um, you're so you're actually a Scala developer. Or
yes.
you're a Java.
Ah, I was a Java developer, but now I'm becoming a Scala developer, learning Scala and how to do things there.
Yeah.
So I'm in the middle of the learning curve for it. I see some strange things there, but I start to understand. In functional programming, I did a couple of courses about it to be ready for this position. And on
Okay.
this week particularly, we had a situation where there is a old version of the system that has a processor, a simple processor. It's a service class, and there it was using future of ether as a return. And then now we are building a new project from the scratch, but instead of using future, we are using IO. Then this week I had some problems with this, but the people from team helped me on solve it because I was basing my code on the old
On
version
the
of
old
it.
one.
Yes, but at the moment to convert from future to IO, then there was some tricky things to do, but at the end everything worked. Right now I'm working to make a test, a JUnit test to work. Not JUnit test, but a unit test to work here because once I entered I put my new service on the system. There is an orchestrator which calls the services, which service is called for one status of the transaction, right? So once I put my transaction there, the test begin to broke, and I'm trying to figure out what is happening there.
Okay. But so originally, you were Java, and then you went
Yes,
Scala.
yes. I started studying Scala for this particular position.
Okay, perfect. And how do you feel with Scala right now?
It's very good to learn something new. There is a fresh air on everything I do, so I'm appreciating very much. And as a functional programming and not a object-oriented programming, I need to think it a little different sometimes, but I always make a parallel with HTML. I know there is nothing very related, but since it's a declarative thing, I try to think about that. I see it's it's something very similar to Dart. So I did some Flutter studies in the past, and then when I think about Scala, always the things I learned with Dart comes to my mind because they are similar in some structures it has. But it's been a good experience until now. I completed
Okay.
1 month yesterday doing Scala things, and it's being very good.
Yeah. Okay. And how's okay? So you said that you encountered some problems. You made some changes, um, and then the tests uh, started breaking.
Yes, the
And
at the first moment my code wasn't even compiling, but once I meet with the people from team, they helped me. Then my code start compiling. I built the test for my code, it worked well, but when I integrated my code into the system, some existing tests begin to break, and then now I'm trying to figure out
mm,
what is happening. But something related with IO and future because I'm getting a message about it. So I'm doing some research
okay.
here to trying to find out how to solve it.
Uh, oh yeah, that's tough when you break something else that's apparently not related.
Yes, I really don't know why my code is breaking that part of the system. I even took out my code to see, and then when I took out my code, everything goes back to working. So
Hmm. Well. I hope you solve it, and then you'll. Well, but can so can't you like um, integrate and test locally before publishing?
Yes, it's a local test. On this squad, we cannot run the code locally, only in QA environment. So locally, we only need to make it compile and run the JUnit tests for it, write the unit tests for it, and run it.
Okay. Wow, interesting.
Then we
All
deploy
right.
on QA and run some tests there to make sure it's working.
Okay. And um, so and well, how can I help you? Like maybe next week or this week? Is there a way that maybe you would need something
Uh,
um,
in
from me or
fact,
something?
in fact, from now, everything is going well. I can get the help from the team because it's something really related with the project. So uh, I guess for now, don't don't need anything specific.
Okay. So your team it's taxes, chargebacks, and
Yes,
uh,
taxes, chargebacks, and refunds. Those are the things I worked
and and
already.
you said that they helped. Mm, But I imagine that okay. So let's see let's see how things go. Um, but I imagine that you need to try and break things again so that you can get all the data to try to repair it.
Yes, yes, for sure. And then I will do. I'm doing some research here to see if I can solve it by my own. But if I'm not able, I will ask the team people. This is my fourth delivery already, so I see that I'm gaining more experience on it than delivering things. The past
Right.
the past tasks were very straightforward, no problem. This is the first one I'm having more difficult because it's a complex one. The others I did before.
Yeah, sometimes you have to follow the thread.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Well, if nothing else, I'll give you back 7 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
um, and well, if you have something, if you need anything, Slack me. Um, I also was thinking about um, sometimes you need to, maybe it's not just software development, it can be also um, communication. So if you need to write something, make a document or something like that, well, I could help.
Okay.
Although nowadays, so how much time ago did you start working for Glowent?
I started 1 month ago on August
So
5.
you just started with Globant and then you went to this client, Disney?
Yes, I started on the client already. I did my onboarding
Okay.
and then started on the project.
Okay, I'll share with you this. Let me see. So you can open it on like if you're signed in a browser with Globant, you can open this up. It's their own. So because if you're with Globant, you must have a Globant computer. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
So Global computers don't allow you to use ChatGPT nor Gemini nor a lot of those AIs that are very good. They do this because they fear that if you try to code using the help of ChatGPT, they could steal the code.
Mm-hmm.
So this one that I just sent you is a so Globant hired ChatGPT,
Mm-hmm.
and they're paying a subscription for all the Globbers, and it's a
Okay.
so it's so you can use actually the latest. I think it's 4.0 or I don't know. I don't remember. There's um, let me see. You can use um, you can use GPT 3.5. That's the old one. GPT 4.0 and 4 Vision. That's the latest.
Oh,
So
okay,
you
great.
can actually use the use them all. And I think that if you need to write a document or even if you need to try to debug something, you can ask ChatGPT. It normally knows how to program. Um, there was a project where I went in. Um, I I didn't know. Well, I had just taken a couple of trainings on the programming language they were using there, and then I used also ChatGPT to help me a little bit, and it all went well. So I mean,
Okay.
it's a really good developer. So maybe you can actually put the errors that you're getting in there. You can pass in your code and ask questions, and maybe it will be able to help you with the problem.
Okay, sure. That makes sense.
Okay, so that's about it right now. I hope this helps. Uh, Try it and tell me if it did. And well, if nothing else, I'll see you next week.
Okay, for sure. Have a good weekend and see you next week.
Okay, good weekend.
Good weekend. Bye.
Bye bye.